Welcome to another Dragon-Fall unboxing and a giveaway. Avery Adler, who put together Monsterhearts, has been a consistent, just every year she gives us great stuff, and every year she does great stuff. You can so Monsterhearts is interesting because it is a tabletop RPG. So I'm not ripping a box open. We're going to see a couple of these where it's more of a flip through than anything. So by the time they hit adolescence, most people have gotten over their fear of the dark. And then this kind of talks about the sexual nature of monsters and also the high school drama. So this is a romantic, powered by the apocalypse. It's right there. Powered by the Apocalypse, romantic, I like gaming content here. So, it's really fantastic. Like, it's very inclusive. It's very, this is the same script here too. We'll go through and I'll kind of give you an idea of like why I think this is like a fun thing. So yeah, it's intended for 3 to 5 players, 2 to 4 hours. The optimal session for RPG games is 3 hours. You guys that are doing like 18-hour dungeon, like ultimate dungeons, you're doing it wrong. So the idea is puberty is what it's what turns you into a monster. If you're anyway, and so the apocalypse, like things like this it's going to be very story driven, like insanely story driven. Like this isn't, if you're just looking to like loot and kill, I would say that this is not your game. But if you're looking to kind of explore some things about yourself and like some things about maybe even who you were as a teenager, fantastic stuff. Like I would give this to a teenager, right? Like if I could send this game back in time to myself when I was 13 and just trying to kind of figure myself out and playing like Shadowrun and Dungeons and Dragons, I think it would have been would have maybe put me on the path to like a little bit more maturity. It is a mature game. There is sex. There is right there and there. But so I mean that might be a little iffy for some people. You don't have to role play said sexual encounters. I mean like that can be for all of us, that can be a little awkward, but it doesn't shy away from those kind of like mature themes. I don't think that it necessarily goes for like where it's like only a sexual game, but it's definitely an emotional game. Yeah, so like it's got like different character types, like the Fae. At the edges of the world, just beyond the veil, there are colors that few mortals even dream of. So it's got like ideas for playing the Fae, and they're little, like you've got stats like, like you don't like you have a darkest self. There is a sex move. So I would say that this is a romantic game. There's a ghost. And it's, I don't know, like there's a lot of fun to be had with this, but it's not going to be for everybody. So the Hollow is one that's like, so there's the ghost, there's the ghoul, and then there's the Hollow, and so it says like you can have options slant towards being either a beautiful enigma or an erratic misfit. So it's like the Hollow is almost like someone that is, because of this, like they're um, either they're detached or they are just going all in, like I'm going to be doing in my like early midlife crisis. We'll say that. Infernal, you got your semi demon. They even give a name for as Damien right there. But and the mortal, you can play as a mortal. I mean, Gothy mortal. But it's a fun. Vampires and werewolves are very much a part of this, by the way. So it's like you're playing a witch, of course. You're playing a monster, not necessarily with like a heart of gold. You could be bad, but you're playing a monster in this, figuring out your life, and I think that's particularly fascinating. So it takes. I mean, this is a game that I would recommend to a dark teenager like I was myself. Uh, you know, recording Ministry on Q101 in the 90s on a Sony stupid yellow boombox. Like I would have eaten this up, and that didn't exist for me. And I think a lot of people will like. There's certain people that'll be like, "Oh well, this just seems like sensationalism and like a little bit like overly sexy." Um, I mean, you can live your life however you want, and that's what this book is telling you. And there's, I don't know. I think it's exciting. I'm rambling. I think I've only been rambling this entire time. So it's 3 to 5 players, including the MC, which I prefer the term narrator, but whatever. So there's roles, and it's got explosive relationships. But yeah, it's just all together. I think it's a great it's a great book to have on your shelf. It's a great even if you don't think that this is gonna you like if you don't think this is a game you're gonna play, it is very inspiring and incredibly well written. And I don't know what else to say about it other than I think you should check it out. At least, like if you're intrigued one way or the other, Monsterhearts is something that you should definitely do. And I'd love to thank Avery Adler for once again supporting Dragon-Fall and sending us a stack of books. I've got a stack of these to give away. So yeah, you guys have a fantastic day. Keep killing it, and I'll speak to you soon.